Hello, I'm Florian Heike, CEO of Celinius Company Limited. We are sourcing industrial components in the power electronics, mechanical, electromechanical field out of Taiwan, China, Thailand, Philippines, predominantly for small medium enterprises in Europe and Canada. And we are selling Huntsman Electronics power solutions since the year of 2000 all across East Asia and Oceania.
Now, when you guys develop the igniter, they come to you with a problem, and then you determine, okay, so what we need to do is build a smaller igniter, or do they already know what's going on and then come to you with this request?
Usually they start with a request where we need to assess whether this is a realistic request or not. Because, of course, everybody wants the smallest component to the lowest price and the highest performance. That's typically the starting point.
Yeah.
But having this really small form factor, of course, helps with a lot of other problems because it's easier to cool, because you don't block up large space. You can construct your equipment very well. So if you can offer that, that's recognized as a benefit, of course.
Yeah, but I was involved in this project. And in the movie-making world, there's a very special requirement. It has to be quiet.
Yeah.
And the igniter can make noise depending on the power supply it goes in. And doing that right also needs engineering.
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't matter on a ship, I think, when you have a big engine pumping around or you have a noisy air conditioning, right? But in the movie set, oh yeah, they do care a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when either Frank at the time or you bring this to your team, like, hey guys, we need to bring the size of the igniter down to a quarter. What is the usual response? Oh, no. Or how does your team initially handle this?
So I'm lucky that my team is really interested in having clever solutions. So usually they are like, okay, nice idea, let's try it, let's do it. And that really helps to keep the motivation up.
And I think it's very important to understand that assumptions that were made on the old product previously, years ago, was based on the technology that you had years ago.
At this time, yes.
And for instance, the igniter, they use a epoxy potting liquid that has a certain viscosity and a certain way of putting this in. And now there's a bit of maybe more advanced technology to put this in. So this advanced technology offers new opportunities. But then again, because the light typically needs 30 to 40,000 volt, so the isolation is always an issue. And you have to look at the isolation from the entire application all the way to the lamp. Because it doesn't matter just in the igniter, but also on the cable, on the connection to the lamp, where it's working. And the assumptions that were maybe made in the previous product 3 years ago had different assumptions.
Yeah.
So, and that has to be assessed. But, and then together with a customer, it matters where you put the screw, or where the screw is linked, and what the screw length distance is to the lamp cable. All those things matter. And you need a welcoming attitude and not like, please, I want to work as little as possible. That would be the wrong attitude, in that approach. But again, if you have a minor improvement, the amount of work would not justify it. But just as Leon said, if you can cut the weight to a quarter, and I mean, Michael, you build up studios, you have to go around. If you have to carry a lot of stuff, you appreciate if you have to carry less every time.
Definitely.
And so challenge what you have right now. Stay foolish, stay hungry, make things better, and tell the world about what is better. And build something great together with your customer. That's, I think, the approach to do it.
So whether you love or hate Elon Musk at this point, one of the realities about why he's successful is using first principles, thinking, challenging all assumptions. Now, I'm curious, do you apply a similar mindset at Huntsman intentionally? Or is this just how you guys have always worked? How do you keep the innovation going at Huntsman?
Okay, I think it's a bit of different application because we are not like Elon Musk trying to turn everything upside down and shooting Tesla cars into the open space. I mean, we're not like that ambitious, I have to say. We are ambitious, but not that ambitious. And then again, for us, the relationship to the existing long-term customers is always on our mind. Yeah, meaning it's the newest technology, and breaking things may be sexy and may create a lot of fuss, a lot of buzz, but in the end of the day, a Tesla is still a car, and a car still needs to drive you from A to B, and you need to service it, and you need to do it. And we are selling components to equipment maker, and if you go to a doctor, you don't care what equipment is there, but you care that this equipment can help your doctor to get your treatment done right. And I think this is something that we still have to keep in mind, that we still have to stay on Earth and make sure that we can support that equipment. Yeah, and that's why even the best innovation may not be as welcome at every point. Yeah, of course. If there is a problem and there are things to improve, like for instance in the movie world, as you mentioned, it went from film camera to the digital camera to the better resolution cameras. There was an evolvement in the way movies were shot, and then of course there is room for innovation, and that's welcome to bring this innovation in at that time. Well, if you're in the power industry, as I just mentioned, the generator from 1938, no matter how good your generator is, it's not going to be changed because there's just no budget for it. So you have to, it's not black and white. You really have to focus on where your market is, what your customer expects. And
so your customers, typically, they're not trying to make huge jumps in innovation, like doing crazy stuff. They're more like...
I have to say, one thing that is, I would say in the past, maybe 5-10 years, we see a lot more products where the innovation is controlled by software. So meaning where you have hardware, and then where the software is upgraded a number of times to offer features. For instance, when you look at security equipment at airports, that the software detects certain items automatically, although the X-ray hardware may not have changed for quite some time, but the software of the operator did change a lot. In the medical field, it's the same thing, like for certain tumor detection or certain things, but there's a lot of things coming through software. But then again, if the light's off, sorry, it's not much the camera can see. So right innovation at the right time. Of course, now with the silicon carbide and gallium nitride, there is a huge opportunity to boost the efficiency, reduce the form factor, which will open up opportunities in markets that may not have been able to serve. Were not able to be served before. And definitely, if there are critical applications and where there's really the possibility to make a fundamental difference, we love to be part of that. But again, it has to be benchmarked against the current solution and against the demand of that application. Anything that's mobile, where you can reduce weight, is always welcomed by human beings that need to carry the stuff around, for sure. But not every equipment is being carried around. Right. If it's standing and fixed, then you don't mind.
Now, most of the innovation is driven by problem solving, or are there also certain, just like, I would love to have this thing, even though the problem is not really there, but it's more like, the smaller, lighter, something like that.
We see certain applications, or where I at least have customers who are saying, okay, I have this idea for a future special lighting application, for example. I'm not really sure of it. It might be a very good thing. Are you still willing to support me? And then, of course, you need to dig up your own information on it. But most of the time, the customer who is in this field for a long time knows what the next trends can be. And then, of course, we are quite happy to support him on that.
Yeah, we love to deal with industry insiders. We love to deal with people that really understand their field well, better than we do. And if we can contribute to get them ahead, that's a great relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think there is a wide variety of technologies that need to be perfected. I mean, just think about it. We live in Taiwan, what Taiwan did in the semiconductor industry. It's amazing from where they have come and where they have gone, and how many thousands and thousands of engineers have spent millions and millions of hours in deriving certain things to make them a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and better and better and better. And in the end of the day, they can make better chips with lower energy, can do much more, and this enabled new markets. It's not built overnight.
No.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people with amazing skills. And the medical equipment industry is different, the spectroscopy, endoscopy, there are different experts in different fields. And even in the Hollywood film, camera and lighting industry, there are also people that have
So
decades of experience.
what's the part of the job you like the most?
I like to interact with people. I like to a lot interact with smart people that understand the things. It gives me a chance to learn from them. And I love to give back also. And honestly, I like to connect people. So because I'm not that young anymore like you are, and I realized I was very dynamic and loved to work really hard on the detail when I was very young. Now I'm very happy to have young engineers in my team also, that I can connect with your young engineer or with other customers and let them bring even better things that I would not be able to do myself. Now, we have a section in Celinius is dealing with IoT and server-based integration. That was unthinkable when I was a young engineer. But now the combination of this internet-based technology together with advanced wireless communication, whether it's LoRaWAN or 4G, 5G, there are fantastic opportunities to develop solutions in niche markets where very bright people operating. I love to see that. And Celinius being a platform to bring smart people from the West with smart people from the East, plus technologies, plus combining things together, that's what I enjoy. I mean, really bringing smart people together and bringing a solution together that was not imaginable years ago.